and welcome to the March 2020 readings. My name's Dylan R McCabe and I'd like to thank you all for being here. Thank you to everyone who's liked, commented and shared so far, and thank you to all of my subscribers as well. I really appreciate you all being here. So I'm recording this message as a general message before we get into the individual messages for the zodiac signs, because I wanted to talk a little bit about March in general, the energies as we move into March and as we come towards the end of March as well. We start off in Pisces and we end in Aries. And Aries comes about when we get to the spring equinox around the 20th, 21st of March. So this is a real sense of renewal, this is a new journey, this is a new beginning. And Pisces is the closing out of that journey, the closing out of that cycle. So you could see that as kind of merging with the all, all are one, and we're all connected, and it's this really expanded view of life, the world, of energy. And Pisces is very dreamy, very healing. It's a water sign, and it can be a little bit dreamlike, and maybe not quite as focused as we could be. So just keep that in mind. However, it's a nice time to dream big. So, and also to feel the connectedness as well around us, and to be able to connect with the energies around us and enjoy nature, particularly enjoy being near water. But then, we're going to move into Aries, which is very different. It's initiatory, it is fresh energy, like I said, and it's the creative spark, it's the initial kind of energy to get going on the next journey. So it makes me think of the Fool card in the tarot. So you get around to the World card at the end of the tarot journey, the Fool's journey, and then you start again, because the Fool is 0. In the deck he's 0, so he can go at the end or the beginning of the major arcana. So I feel like, in a way, this is kind of like Fool energy. It's the initial spark of adventure. Aries can be very adventurous. So yeah, in spring, really enjoy, or even autumn in the southern hemisphere actually, still enjoy that kind of Aries energy of this excitement for the journey. And it's also about the individual as well. So it's a really good time to tap into who you truly are authentically as yourself, and then start to build your confidence around that. So that's the general message for the beginning of the March 2020 readings, and I will now go into each astrological sign. I hope you enjoy your video for your sign, and I will speak to you all very soon. Hi Scorpio, welcome to your March 2020 reading. This is a reading for Sun, Moon and Rising Scorpio, and I've made videos for all of the other zodiac signs, so if you do have different placements, Sun, Moon and Rising, you can go and check those out as well. I've just been feeling into the energies around you, Scorpio, for March 2020, and the first image that I got was a whirlpool. So there's this energy of emotions going around, like emotional cycles, and almost being pulled down into them sometimes. There might be some kind of emotional patterning that you have, something, the way that you're used to reacting or behaving, and reacting really emotionally to certain things might be a thing of the past, but you're still kind of hooked into this loop. And that's what started to come through. Yeah, there's definitely an emotional element to it, and with it being water as well, I feel like there's a sense of going around in circles somehow. And this is quite good timing actually for you to review this, because at the beginning of March we're in Mercury retrograde in Pisces until the 10th of March. So yeah, if you can kind of review how you've reacted over the years, how you felt over the years, and whether that's actually a necessary part of who you are now, and whether you can just kind of move on from that kind of reaction or that kind of way of being. If you can leave that behind and maybe pick up a new cycle where it feels like you're almost going to be spiraling the opposite way. So how water goes down the sink or the plug hole or the toilet. In the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere it goes in opposite directions. It kind of feels like you're going to be going in the opposite direction, which feels like an upward spiral if you allow yourself to review how far you've come so far emotionally. Yeah, and Pisces, Mercury retrograde in Pisces, with it being a fellow water sign, this is a really good time for you to be able to start feeling into that as well. Okay, so I'm going to draw 3 cards. Okay, one wants to pop out by itself. I'll draw 2 more. Okay, so I'm actually going to go with this one first. The 3 of Swords. Now, even though this is an air sign, I'm actually feeling a watery element from it, and it feels as though it's a past heartbreak or heartache, something that really caused you a lot of pain and grief in the past. And I feel like that's what this cycle, this whirlpool energy is about. It's kind of going round and round on the same loop, on the same pattern around this area of life, and it feels like heartache, heartbreak. Doesn't have to necessarily be from a romantic relationship, but it could be. Anybody who's that you feel has abandoned you, or anybody or anything that has caused you to feel left behind and sad. And the word isolation came through as well. So, if there's a recurring theme of kind of a heartache, heartbreak energy that's coming up at this time, could be a really good time to feel into that and to also release that as well. Yeah, I'm just getting the words to get off that merry-go-round. So, like a merry-go-round, a roundabout, it's like you're going round and round and round, and it's time to step off that, and then this won't really be able to affect you in the same way that it has in the past. And I already feel that actually it's not as sharp focus as it used to be. It's like a residual energy that's in the background, whereas in the past it would have been on your mind a lot and you would have felt really intensely around it. You still feel the feelings and it still comes up, but not as often and not as intense. So it feels like it's time to take those swords out and let the heart heal. So with this card, the 4 of Pentacles, I feel like even though there's a lot of this whirlpool energy, I feel like you're actually very foundationally strong, especially in the physical world. There are things really coming together that you're able to hold on to in a sense of making them your go-to foundation. They're the words that just came through. So things that you can rely on, places that you can rely on, people that you can rely on, a certain amount of money that you can rely on coming in at a certain time. Sometimes with this card I feel like there's an element of holding on too tight and not letting there be a flow, but really this time I'm feeling like it's a nice, secure feeling. It actually feels, with all of this whirlpool energy, which can be quite disorienting, it can mean that we feel that we need physical stability. So it feels as though something in your life is providing the amount of stability and security for you to feel into that whirlpool and to steady yourself as you navigate that as well. Yeah, it's okay to rest. That's what I'm feeling with this card. It's okay to rest and to let yourself have a foundation. He actually looks quite comfortable and relaxed in a sense. Sometimes you can see this as grasping and holding on, but there's actually a nice secure feeling from this. And this card here, the 10 of Wands, this feels more like grasping and holding on to, but this is actually something you've built over a long time. It feels as though you have been working hard inwardly on around the ideas of yourself. It's like I'm feeling these ones as all these ideas that you've had about yourself, and perhaps some of these ideas have come from, these situations and these circumstances in your life where you've had this hurt and felt let down and abandoned, yeah, felt that pain, like a stinging pain, and then it's caused you to start to have certain ideas about yourself, and it feels as though you've been carrying these around for quite some time, and you're just about ready to drop them. See each one of these as an idea of yourself that doesn't really ring true anymore, and then imagine yourself being this guy in this card and just dropping them all on the floor. And that, that doesn't serve me anymore. That's not mine. That's not who I really am. That's just what I've assumed over the years because of the way that other people have reacted to me or the way that other people have treated me. So that's what I'm feeling for you at the moment, Scorpio. There's a kind of an end of a cycle going on, especially with this being a 10 card, where you can drop those levels and layers of identity and those untruths about yourself, and you can come home to yourself. There's a sense of you just dropping them and just coming home. And it feels as well that, this home that you've built for yourself, whether that be physically or inwardly, is a firm foundation. What I will say I'm picking up on is the need for physical exercise. It doesn't have to mean going to the gym or lifting weights or anything like that, or anything too strenuous, unless you enjoy that. But what I'm feeling is anything that gets the body moving, because sometimes, even though these emotions are feeling a little like a whirlpool at the moment, they're kind of still stuck in one place as a whirlpool. It's like a vortex that's going like this, but it's not moving through the body, it's stuck somewhere. So with the energy of exercise, of movement and strengthening your body, you're going to be able to firstly allow your body to hold physical space for you while you tap into these emotions and start to move them around and free them. Secondly, you're going to be able to then, through the physical exercise, and I'm feeling breath work as well, breathing deep, grounding exercises, you're going to be able to move the energy around your body, and then eventually it's going to come out. It's like the swords being pulled out, as I mentioned before. You're going to be able to feel that sense of relief and release through, I'm going to say, exertion. Like I said, it doesn't have to be too heavy going, but there needs to be enough movement and perhaps, a lot of breath going through the body and a lot of energy. You'll feel it move through your body. You need that kind of level, even if it's a brisk walk uphill and then you rest afterwards. Do whatever suits you, do whatever you're physically capable of, but I do feel that something like that is going to help these swords to come loose so that you can remove them. Okay, so there's another little meaning coming through. When I said about dropping these ideas, dropping these ones and coming home, when you return home, metaphorically, you're going to be able to pick up new, not even ideas, but new knowings of who you are. You're going to be able to pick up new sticks. That's what just came through, and they're actually going to be new growth kind of ways of being. That's the only way I can put it, really. By dropping all of these outmoded, outworn, outdated ideas of yourself, you're creating space in your arms, in your heart, because your arms are an extension of your heart, in terms of chakras and energy. You're able to embrace new things, and that's the second meaning that I'm getting from this card. You're able to reach out and embrace new ways of being, and also to be able to embrace who you really are, instead of all of these ideas that you've been carrying around for such a long time. So there really is a lot of releasing energy going on here, because I do feel, to drop the wands, let those go, remove these swords, let those go. There's a real reset in energy going on, where you're going to be able to release what's no longer working for you and what no longer serves you, while still maintaining a nice firm foundation for yourself, whether this is in the physical world or whether this is purely through feeling safe and secure within you, and knowing that as long as you have you and as long as you take care of you, then you're not going to be easily swayed again. You're not going to be pulled into another whirlpool that's over for you now. That kind of thing isn't going to happen again, because you value yourself. You know, these are coins. You value yourself enough to not let that happen. Yeah. So definitely a month of release, but release that you're more than capable of. Release that you have built a strong foundation for to be able to cope with. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope that was helpful, and if you feel to share this anywhere on social media or share with a friend, please do, because I always love to reach new people. And yeah, you can catch me down in the links below over on social media, or you can visit my website to book in for a personal reading or any other services that I might offer. And I also have a Patreon account where you can head over and join, and I post weekly exclusive content on there that no one else gets to see. So again, thank you for watching, sending you all so much love. Peace.